However, it's been 40 years since Seung-ho has been relying on raw meat. Now Seung-ho has stepped into his 60s. It's an age where he can't fully guarantee his health. Is there any issues with his health? After some persuasion, we had the man's health checked.
Today's test result shows that you have developed diabetes, and you also have a severe hyperlipidemia.
Seung-ho was devastated by the results that raw meat might threaten his life. The next day, we met the Korean liver king again in a greenhouse full of chickens. He says he tends to take care of chickens early in the morning before heading off to work. Seung-ho is moving a cast iron cauldron full of water that weighs over 40 kilo. If he's working this hard early in the morning, would he have much energy left for the rest of the day? But the truth is, he has a hidden reason for stopping by here before going to work. Today is the day he gets to nourish himself with the healthy chickens he raised. As the man appears, the chicken, thinking it might be the day of its fate, panics and tries to escape in a frenzy. But no matter how much it runs around the cramped coop, it eventually gets caught in his hands.
Listen to her crying. She's full of energy.
In the end, it becomes nothing more than a dressed chicken.
This is a Cheonggye chicken, known for its bluish feathers.
The man, making sure the chicken's death isn't wasted, eats every bit of it, not leaving anything behind, even organs.
Hey, sir, is it okay to really just eat it raw like that?
It tastes good.
But there's an even tastier delicacy than chicken liver, and that's the raw chicken thigh.
The meat is so fresh, it almost feels like it's still alive.
After greedily devouring the drumsticks that everyone covets, he quickly feels his energy rushing back.
Perfect. Hey, camera guy. You seem pretty strong. Want to try arm wrestling?
With me, eh?
Having replenished his energy, he decides to really put his strength to the test.
Ready? Start!
Show us your strength, young man.
I'm trying! Sir, I'm really about to fall.
Seung-ho really turns into a powerhouse after eating raw meat, but in front of his wife, he becomes all timid and humble.
Hey, honey, come here. What are all these chicken feathers lying around here? Where's the chicken? That beautiful one, the lovely blue one, our Cheonggye.
Looks like a beast must have preyed on it.
Oh my goodness gracious. It looks like you're the one who slaughtered it. Look at all those feathers next to the pot.
There were just too many of them. It was just one. It won't hurt too much.
Yeah, why blame the animal when it's you who ate it?
Sorry about that.
Even though the secret was exposed because of the feathers, Seung-ho managed to get his nutrients from the Cheonggye chicken. Now it's time to put that energy to serious work. Today, it's another day of battling heavy stones with determination. Today's workload is heavier than yesterday. That's why he prepared a special meal for extra boost of energy this morning. But with tons of workload, he's running out of energy rapidly.
Why are you so gassed out today, bro?
What's needed right now is fresh meat. But
I didn't bring my snack.
the raw meat snack box he prepared early in the morning
The one on the left is rice, and on the right is the side dish.
was accidentally left behind. As a result, Seung-ho hasn't had even a bite of raw meat after that chicken.
Come here, help me lift this.
I'm tired too, man.
Yeah, I get it, bro. Just help me lift this one. Even my farts are slipping out. Haha, I'm farting.
Did you really eat all that raw meat just to fart all over the place? Yeah, sure.
Haha, instead of gaining strength, all he's left with is endless series of fart. Haha, what is he supposed to do with all that gas? Unlike before, he can't seem to lift the stone in one go like he used to the other day.
Oh, man. I really need that meat. I'm way too exhausted.
It's hard to believe that just a few hours without raw meat can leave him so helpless. For him, raw meat is more than just food. It represents something much deeper.
My father worked with stone ever since I can remember. Whenever he ate raw meat, it seemed like he's getting a boost of strength. So I figured if I ate like him, I'd feel the same way and just kept eating raw meat ever since. It's just natural for me now.
Whenever he wanted to give up, he thought back on his father, who worked tirelessly throughout his life as a mason. For his family and precious children, his father showed his strength by enduring tough times through raw meat.
Working as a stonemason required a lot of strength in a harsh environment. It recalled a lot of memories about my father. That's why I offered my youngest kid to try raw meat. He seemed to be exhausted from time to time, and I wanted to pass down my father's way of gaining strength.
Just like his father, Seong-ho has protected his family all his life with his reliance on raw meat. To him, raw meat was a mental vitamin that helped him endure the hardships of life, and it was his father's wisdom. But it has been 40 years since he started to rely on raw meat. And Seong-ho has turned 62. He's at an age where he can't take his health for granted. But is there any issues with the raw meat diet? After much persuasion, we checked the man's health condition.
Today's test showed that you have developed diabetes, and you also have a severe hyperlipidemia. I would recommend you to start eating cooked meats. Just because there were no issues before doesn't mean there won't be any in the future, especially since he is now diagnosed with diabetes. This means your immune system will gradually weaken, and as you get older, the digestive capacity and other vital functions of his body will naturally decline. And because of that, the probability of facing more health issues in the future is significantly higher.
You've got severe high cholesterol and a serious fatty liver issue. See what happened? This is why I've been telling you to stop eating raw meat.
Seong-ho is left stunned by the results that raw meat could threaten his life.
You've heard the test results. How are you feeling?
I mean, I can't blame anyone.
I'm not telling you to stop eating raw meat. Just try to eat it cooked whenever you have the chance. And maybe cut back on the raw meat a bit.
The idea of giving up raw meat, which he believed to be the source of his strength, leaves him conflicted. To soothe his heavy heart, Seong-ho visits the reservoir with his friends.
That's a big catch.
Even the news of a big catch doesn't lift his spirits. His expression remains heavy. Unable to stand it any longer, his friends tries to cheer him up.
Why don't you try this instead? Seriously, come on, you gotta try this delicious stew. You can't just keep eating raw meat forever.
They offer him spicy fish stew, claiming it's tastier than raw meat. So has he finally decided to accept the doctor's advice and really switch to cooked meat?
Try this spicy stew. What do you think?
However,
Yeah, I'll eat it, and yes, it's delicious, but raw meat is just better.
Ah, this man! You seriously don't understand how good a spicy fish stew tastes?
even after knowing he might get sick, it's not easy to change a 40-year-old habit overnight. In the end, Seong-ho couldn't resist the urge to devour the freshly caught fish. The longer he held back, the more satisfying it tasted when he finally ate it. This is a huge problem.
It smacks.
After devouring up a whole raw fish, something comes up in his mind. The frozen piglets of the reservoir from last time. Luckily, he seems to realize he can't keep doing this. He turns back. However, that night, something went wrong.
What happened?
I'm just having some trouble digesting the food I ate earlier.
Honey, what did you eat?
No, it's just... I guess I ate too quickly. It's just a stomach ache, no worries.
Why would you sneak off to eat something you're not supposed to? And why did you rush?
I've been eating it for 40 years and I ain't dead or anything.
Still, maybe your eyes were bigger than your stomach this time. You're old now, please be more conscious.
Now it seems like he can't go on any longer with raw meat. Seong-ho is overwhelmed with complicated feelings.
It's for my own good, honestly. I know that.
Do you think you could stop eating raw meat?
I'll have to give it a try.
He promises to quit eating raw meat. The happiest one about his decision is his wife.
Write it down.
What should I write?
Put it down right here. Now say you won't eat raw meat from now on. It will help you stay away from eating raw meat again. If you don't write it, then you know what?
I don't want to.
I'm going to my son's house.
With a bit of pressure, they have him write a pledge.
Here, write the pledge in front of my eyes.
All right, fine.
Write down right now. I don't want you to get sick. We have a long life waiting for us, you know.
He understands his wife's concerns.
The pledge.
Write down what I said. I pledge to... Promise that I will not eat raw meat. Promise not to eat it.
For an entire 40 years, he has held the strong belief that raw meat was the primary source of his vital strength, but now he is ready to finally give it up.
Sign it. Yeah,
It's done.
it's finished.
Now that he has signed and stamped it, he can't go back on his word.
Since it's all been signed, I hope he won't break the vow. Now that this is done, you won't touch no raw meat again, right? Hey, you'll keep your promise, right?
Yes, I will.
After that sweet but incredibly tense day filled with laughter and worries, the man went somewhere. You're not thinking of eating raw meat again, are you? Turns out he went straight to a nearby insect farm. He's taking drastic measures to stay committed to his resolution.
Maggots, there are maggots inside this sawdust.
So this thing is good for your health? What is it good for?
According to historical records, it's beneficial for liver cancer, liver cirrhosis, diabetes, and cataracts, and more.
So it's perfect for me.
Yes.
If you suddenly stop eating raw meat, withdrawal symptoms could occur, so he's planning to adjust his diet gradually by eating nutritious maggots.
Yeah, it's edible. It's not too bad. It's pretty chewy, the aftertaste especially.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not only does it help with liver and diabetes, but it also tastes good. A win-win situation. It might just be the perfect substitute for raw meat cravings.
What is that? What did you bring? What is this?
I heard this is better than raw meat.
You sure this is good to eat?
Yeah, I heard this is really good for your health. And it's good for diabetes and vascular diseases.
So you're quitting raw meat and switching to this?
Yeah, I'm going to eat this instead.
Really quitting meat now?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah. I'm eating this instead of raw meat.
Those years sustained on raw meat.
I mean, if this is really good for your body and helps you quit raw meat, well, I guess you'll have to try it out. He said it's good after trying it. It's probably better than raw meat.
To live the rest of his life healthy, and for the sake of his families who worries about him, Seong-ho has declared farewell to raw meat, which he enjoyed for 40 years.
Let's forget about raw meat and live happily ever after.
All right, I will try my best to quit it.
Seong-ho, keep in mind that the reason you were able to protect your family for a lifetime and support your loved ones was never because of raw meat, but because of the sincere love you had for your family.